Okay, let's look at the concept of exchange. Okay, so a person or buyer gives up something of value, and it's usually money, to a seller to receive something else in return, like that image over there. The one is giving a present and the other one is giving something else, right? They're exchanging something, two things of value with one another. Now, there are 5 conditions that must be satisfied before any kind of exchange can take place. Number 1, there needs to be at least 2 parties, a buyer and a seller. There can be more than one, but there must be at least 2. Number 2, each party must have something that the other one values, that the other one would like to have. Number 3, each party must be able to communicate with the other and deliver the goods to the other. They must be able to say, this is my price, this is what I have, and then they must be able to give it to the other person. Number 4, each party must be free to accept or reject the offer. If they're forced into it, it's no longer exchange. Okay, it's not freedom. And number 5, each must want to deal with the other person. They shouldn't be forced. Okay, those are the 5 conditions of exchange. Okay, a core concept of marketing, another core concept of marketing, in addition to the concept of exchange, is needs, wants, and demands. Okay, I've talked a little bit about needs, wants, and demands, but here it is just defined, each one defined, so you know the difference. Okay, a human need is a state of felt deprivation. You're deprived of something, you need something. Like you're hungry. Your stomach is deprived of food. Okay? And there are some more, like clothing, belonging, affection, knowledge. Those are all human needs. And many of you are studying, for example, because of the need for knowledge and the need for a career. And a good example or a good theory to look at is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which we have over here. I'm sure many of you have seen this before. Right at the bottom, we have the physiological needs. Okay, those are things like breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, and so forth. Okay, those are your physiological, in other words, your body. Those are your body's needs. And those are the first level. Only once those needs are met can we move to the next level. That's how this model works. It places the needs in steps, in a ladder. Only once you've accomplished the first step can you move to the next step. Okay? So the next step is safety. Once you've got your physiological needs met, you can move on to building a house, right? And things like security, employment of resources, morality, the family, health, prosperity, money, a job, a house, etc. Okay, safety. Then once you've got that, you can move to the next one. You can find friendship, family, sexual intimacy, marriage, kids, and so forth. Once you've got that, you can move to the next one. Things like self-esteem, pursuing confidence, achievement, respect of others, respect by others. And then once you've reached that, you can then reach the last one, which is called self-actualization. And that's things like expressing yourself, actualizing, problem solving, creativity, pursuing a career, or at least, expressing yourself. Okay? And going to university is a big part of self-actualization. Although it's also a part of safety, isn't it? Finding employment. So these are many of the needs. In fact, all of these needs are met by various marketers and various organizations. Different industries and different organizations serve these human needs. All marketers serve human needs. We serve the needs of consumers and society. Okay? So it's important to know what these needs are. Okay, then we have wants. Now, wants is a form taken by human needs as shaped by culture and individual personality. So I'll give you an example. Someone wants a Big Mac instead of rice and beans. Right, so rice and beans will obviously satisfy your need for food, but because of your culture and your personality, you want a Big Mac. Okay, so that's the difference. Needs are things that will just satisfy your hunger, but a want is a very specific way that you want your need to be met. I wanted my hunger to be met by a Big Mac because I've seen Big Macs, I've tasted Big Macs before, I like Big Macs, and so forth. Okay, and then the last one, of course, is a demand. And a demand is a human want backed by buying power. In other words, I don't just want a Big Mac, but I also have the money, and I'm going to go and buy it. I'm going to go stand in front of the cashier at McDonald's, and I'm going to say, please give me a Big Mac, here's the money. Okay, you're demanding the Big Mac. Okay, not in a negative or ugly way. It's just from a marketing perspective, that's what a demand is. So we have needs, hunger. Want, I want a Big Mac to supply my hunger. Demand, I go with the money, my buying power, right? And I go to McDonald's and I say, please give me the Big Mac. Now, let's say you wanted a Big Mac, but you didn't have the money. Well, then it would just remain a want. You wouldn't be able to demand a Big Mac, would you? Because you didn't have the buying power. Okay, so that's the difference between the three. Okay, then we have the next core concept in marketing. Marketing offers product, services, and experiences. Now, marketing offers will address the needs of people by putting forth what's known as a value proposition. I'm proposing this to give you this value. I'm saying, here, I can give you this value. What do you think? And what is a value proposition? It's a set of benefits that a company will promise to consumers that will satisfy their needs. So we're saying, hey, you see this beautiful burger, and it's beautiful meat, and it's patty, and it's bun, and it's sesame seeds. It's going to satisfy your hunger needs. That's our value proposition to you. It's going to be juicy, it's going to be warm, it's going to taste really great. And, well, they don't say it's going to be healthy for you, because it's not. Okay, so we do not focus too much on the product or service, but rather on the benefits as marketers. We don't say, hey, buy this burger. No, we focus on the benefits. It's juicy, it's flavorful, it's fast. Those are the benefits of the product. And the experiences, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to taste great. You're going to enjoy the experience produced by the product. And I'll give you an example. A manufacturer of a blender may think that the cook or a chef or anyone cooking is after a blender. But actually, people don't buy blenders. Why do they buy blenders? What is it that they're actually looking for? They're looking for a blended food type. So I'll give you an example. They want their onions to be chopped, or they are looking for a smoothie. They're not looking for a blender, they're looking for a smoothie, or they're looking for chopped onions. The blender is just what helps them get what they are actually wanting. So as marketers, we don't sell blenders, we sell the opportunity that customers can have to make their own smoothies, and it's in the form of a blender. Does that make sense? We don't sell blenders, we don't sell smoothies, but we sell the opportunity to make smoothies, the opportunity to chop those onions without them making you cry. That's what we're selling. The benefits of the blender, not the blender itself. So in other words, if you were a salesperson of that blender, you wouldn't say, wow, look at these sharp blades. Wow, look at this beautiful, see-through cup. Look at this powerful, black cord that plugs into the wall. No, he'll say, look, let me show you what this thing can do. You show how it blends onions. You show how it makes smoothies, right? You're saying, look at how quick it is. You're showing its benefits. Okay, and then the last core marketing concept is value, expectations, and satisfaction, which we have touched on, but here they just are in definition form. Customer value, the difference between the values the customer gains from owning and using the product versus the cost of obtaining it. Next one, customer expectation is based on past buying experiences, opinions of friends, and marketing and competitor information and promises. In other words, people create an expectation in their mind of what the product is going to do, and the way that that expectation is created is by their previous experiences, what friends have told them about their product, what advertising has told them, what competitors have told them, and so forth. And let me just go back to customer value and say that it's the difference between what the customer gains and what the customer gives out. Very simple. It's the difference between that. In order to get a product, a customer must pay money. They often must drive somewhere to the mall to get it. It takes time, energy, and money. Those are all the costs involved for the benefits that they're going to receive. And the difference between that two is known as customer value. And then we have customer satisfaction, and we know that's how well a product's performance lives up to the customer's expectations. And that satisfaction will influence their future buying behavior. Will they buy again? How much will they buy again? And so forth. What's very important is that marketers don't oversell their products. They don't say that it can do things that it actually can't. They must set the level of expectation at the right place so that customers are not dissatisfied. You mustn't say, this is what it can do and this is what it can do. It's so amazing, in order to get the customer to buy the product. Then when they buy it, they're like, no, but it can't do all those things, or it can't do it in the way that you said. I'm not buying this again, and I'm going to tell everyone that your store is rubbish. But you made the sale. That's not going to help for your long-term survival. It might help for a short-term sale, but you'll see your company will close down very quickly.